morning, Guam! And thank you for starting your day the KUAM way. Starting lineup, this is my show. It's called GroupChat. My name is Chris Barnett, and I'm here at the University of Guam, where it is going down. Definitely the biggest party on campus, Charter Day. We're going to take you around and get a little peek at the opening ceremonies that are coming up. But I'm with Amy. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Banana Sizuz. And Amy is with the School of Business, and we want to talk about this cool project that we found out about. It's not called the Death Wall.
No.
It's called the Before I Die Wall.
So the Before I Die Wall, it's pretty much, it started off by an artist, Candy Chang. A few years ago, she had lost someone dear to her. She was like a parent. And, usually when someone dies, people are sad, we mourn, death is something that we don't look forward to. But in this case, she kind of took time and she didn't want to be sad. She wanted to think about what could come out of this, she wanted us to kind of take time.
A little positivity, yes, maybe,
yes.
Right?
And so what she did was she started this art wall. And she just kind of drew out some lines, stenciled it in, and she left it out for the community to kind of fill in themselves. And she was surprised by how much people actually, filled in the wall without, even knowing about it. They took time out, reflected on their life, and, really thought about what they wanted to do before they died.
And so this is along the lines of almost like a bucket list type of thing. And, I'm curious if you could tell us a little bit more about the artist, Cindy, and where she started this project at.
So what I know from her is she was from New Orleans, and so she did mention that that area where she lived at, there was a lot of broken down houses, and so she wanted some beauty in where she lived. So she found this house that she just she wanted this corner to look beautiful. She wanted something good to come out of it. So that's where she painted this wall, and from that came the global Before I Die art project.
Right, and let's you guys have a little printout here. I don't know if we can see that, but you can see Before I Die walls in Savannah, Georgia, of course, Louisiana, and Cordoba, Argentina. What other, down here we got New York, Australia, California, and how much of a process was it to add Guam to this list?
So right now, this is more of like a startup. On her website, she did encourage everywhere. She said, here, if you want to start your own wall, she did have a resource page that we were able to print out stencils and just kind of a step-by-step on how to build your wall. Of course, we built what we could. We didn't have an actual wall to build, but hopefully this wall, this small wall will be a step to maybe having a larger wall within the community of Guam.
I like this because there has been a lot of talk about building walls, most of it dealing with President Trump and that kind of nutso idea. So this is kind of building positive walls.
Yes,
right.
Positive for sure.
And what has the reaction been here at the university?
So a lot of people have not heard about the wall. We just kind of advertised it, I think, in the news yesterday, 2 days ago. But so far, it's just the start of Charter Day, but everyone that's come up to wall have already been asking about, what is this about? It gives us the opportunity to kind of explain it and, just say, just come on in, take the time to reflect on your life, and then just think about, what are your goals and aspirations that you have for yourself. And, if you want, they don't have to, but if you want, you can, write it on the wall and hopefully encourage others to come up and maybe start some goals for themselves as well.
Right, and maybe you're a shy person, you don't want to necessarily write it on the wall. I think what's cool about this is it starts that conversation. What do you want to do before you die? And so people might see this and it's going to plant that seed in their mind, and it's probably going to be something they're going to think about the whole day.
Yes. And so the big thing that I took about this is, where everyone is busy. We go day to day, not thinking about what we actually do and what for. This actually just kind of gives people the opportunity to just stop, take some time for yourself and see what you actually want instead of pleasing everybody else. What do you want? What personal goals do you have yourself?
Amy, I got to ask you, I'm going to get a little personal here, but what do you want to do before you die?
So actually, before I die, I just want to be, I want to live a fulfilled life, so, and right now I'm doing that. I was in the military for 11 years. I moved back home because family was my life. And so what I wanted to do was, bring my kids here to have them grow up. But again, that was for my kids. So I guess for myself, what I probably want to do is maybe start a small business on the side. It's something small, it's not big like climbing Mount Everest.
Side.
Yes, exactly. I got to stay with my size here. But what I wanted to do, I love art. I love crafting. I love photography and everything. So right now I actually do a few stuff on the side, with party decorations, photo booths and everything. So I said, why not make a little bit of money on the side instead of just offering my service for free, so, but it's fun. But besides that, there's so much that, we want to do, but, I know this is my project, but I've been so busy with it. I haven't actually, stood in front of this wall yet and actually thought about what I want to do myself. So you'll probably see me on this wall a little bit later.
I don't know how you're going to fit all that on that little line, though.
I write small.
Right, really small. And you said you haven't had time to look at the wall. Let's go, if we could just kind of see what are some of the things that are written on this wall. Before I die, I want to finish my degree is the first one here.
Oh, sorry. Yes, so we had a few students come up already, and this was actually the first one written. It was written by a UOG student, and so here he wrote, I want to finish my degree.
So definitely this student is trying to kiss up to Professor.
Probably. And then the second one here, the one that's written is See the Northern Lights. That's actually, a dream or a goal that a lot of people do, want to see. It's a spectacular view. Honestly, I'm going to brag a little bit, but I had the opportunity to see the Northern Lights when I was stationed in Alaska a few years ago. It was awesome. Pretty awesome.
Wow, so you look at that and you're like, oh, been there, done that.
So.
And then we have Travel the World over here.
Yes.
Before I die, I want to be happy. That's one of those things that's a lot harder than it sounds.
It really is. A lot of people do. They may look happy on the outside, but actually being truly happy, that's a personal decision. I think, and so we hope to encourage people to be true to themselves and do what makes you truthfully happy.
And over here we have run a marathon in all 50 states.
Yes, that's something that I probably would not even have on my list. So I can tell you now that I did not write that. But anyone who does want to have that on our list,
go for it. That's all you. And then we've got Before I Die, I want to spend time with my 11 grandchildren.
Yes, so we had someone come up, and she was actually really happy. She knew what she wanted to do before she died, and she was really, she was running up this board and saying, yeah, no, this is what I want to do when I die, and I think she's really doing that right now. So.
This wall, like I said, it starts that conversation, and being 44 years old, I'm turning 45 in September, and having 5 kids, this is something I obsess over. I don't know if this is too much information for you guys, but I obsess over when I'm going to die every day. This is something that I really think about, and one of the things that I want to do before I die, and I think about it every day, is I want to make sure that I've told my kids everything that I feel that they need to know to go through life. And I have very young children, so a lot of times when I go to bed, I make a little list to myself, like, oh, I got to tell Channing that if this ever happens, you got to do that. And that's kind of like one of my biggest fears is I don't want to die before everything's taken care of, not just with my burial and all that stuff, but with the things that I feel that, and parents out there, I'm sure you can relate. You definitely want to make sure that your kids are well equipped to handle life, because the world's a crazy place. So I think that would be the thing I want to do before I die, is just kind of make sure my kids are good to go. I don't know if that's really as self-centered as some of these other things, but, that would definitely make me go peacefully.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone, like I said, has their own personal goals, and if that's your personal goal, then why shouldn't it be up on the board?
Right. It's a little morbid, though.
Well, like we said before, just no one wants to have that conversation about death, but that's where we know everyone is going to come. That's what comes with mortality, and so just looking for when the time we're going to come. What do we want to do before that time actually comes?
Right, and a lot of people don't like to talk about mortality, but I went to like 4 funerals in the last month, so it's something that we definitely see. 2 of my mom's sisters passed from cancer, and it was very quick. The cancer just ran through them, and they passed away, and we didn't get to really do a lot of the things that we wanted to do, and I'm stuck there. And a lot of people are. People out there, I mean, we all know somebody who's died. You kind of get stuck there replaying those moments that you shared with that person and wishing you could have said this or you could have said that, or, you know, I wish I wasn't a jerk to my auntie that one time. So this really kind of pushes and starts that conversation with people.
Yes, and so this wall, you know, we hope that this wall encourages people to actually come and stop and really, like I said, take that time, because we don't have a lot of time. So take that time and really just reflect on yourself, on your personal goals, your aspirations, what you want to really do before we go. So
well, there you go. And so we have this walls here at the School of Business, and you've got a couple other walls peppered throughout the campus today since it's Charter Day.
Yes. Yes, and so so this class was this project actually was brought to you by BA 180. It's a class taught by Mr. Vince Borja here at the School of Business and Public Admin. So this is one of our classes. We do have a class just right next to us, and then there is one more that is by the library. So there's 3 total Before I Die walls.
And I'm curious, so School of Business, how does this Before I Die wall kind of tie into the business world?
So I think what he wanted to was, you know, with the business, it's kind of, you know, what do you want to place? You know, like I said, maybe I want to start a small business. You know, maybe someone wants to make $1 million before they die. So, you know, just kind of, again, taking that time and just kind of think about, you know, what, you know, how can you fulfill that dream maybe? Because, you know, to fulfill any of these things, we're going to need a little bit of that money, right? And so with that money, you know, we can only go so far. So hopefully within the School of Business, we will learn to do just that, and then, you know, hopefully be able to fulfill our dreams.
Well, Amy, is there anything you'd like to add in closing? I know you guys do a lot of cool things here at the School of Business.
No, you know, I just want to encourage the community to come out, come find our wall here by the School of Business. We will be here all day, and we will welcome you here with a smile.
There you go. She's definitely got a big smile. And I got to congratulate you, because before we went on, you guys wouldn't know, but Amy has a very big fear about public speaking.
I do. I was just sharing with Chris here that even in class, before I go up for any speech or presentation, I'm shaking. My hands are shaking. I need water like almost every second. But you know, the more I do this, the more I think, you know, he's a good interviewer. You know, he kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable up here. So, but I do have a fear of public speaking, so I think my hands have been like this the whole time because I'm scared. Right. So, but I'll do it.
What are some tips you can give people? Because you know, School of Business, obviously, if you want to be a successful business person, you've got to kind of conquer that fear of public speaking to be able to do presentations, to speak to large audiences. So, what are some of the things that you guys do to help people overcome that?
I think with the BA 180 class, this is the class that actually, it's a business essentials class, and this is where it kind of introduces us to everything we need to know within the business world, you know, how to write resumes, how to do presentations, how to present yourself, how to dress and everything. So I think, you know, just learning all this in class already, you know, kind of gives me an understanding of what's expected from everybody. And so, you know, like I said, I'm afraid, but, you know, unless I try, I never know if I'll succeed, you know, so I'm just going to keep going out there. You tell me what to do, I will try my best.
Yeah, so. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I too have a fear of public speaking, and I get nervous before I speak to large crowds, even little crowds, because and people kind of say, "How is that?" I mean, I was in radio, and radio, when I came up in radio, it was really a career for people who are shy, because you can talk to people without actually having to talk to people. You're in a little studio with a microphone. A lot of times it's just you. So, I mean, you'd be surprised who does struggle with public speaking. But one thing I've learned to do is kind of harness that energy, that nervousness, and turn it around and try and make it into something positive.
Yes, and definitely, you know, during your research of something that you're going to present about, definitely helps. So.
Well, Amy, we're going to take a stroll around Charter Day. You know, it's going to be a huge party, so we want to kind of take our Facebook Live show out on the road. But thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
And good luck, and we'll be back to fill out that wall.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, there you go, Amy from the School of Business. And let's go ahead and take a stroll. We're right in time to catch the opening ceremonies here of the, what Charter Day is it? 51st. The 51st Charter Day. So let's go ahead and take a walk. Here with the ACE KUAM Digital team. There's a lot of vendors. You know, you guys looking to maybe come by, check out Charter Day. There's probably about, I would say 20 to 30 public schools that are on field trips here. So, you know, we saw the kids getting off the bus. Food trucks, so huge right now, and they've got a whole bunch of food trucks here. I see my friend Joey right there. Let's go ahead and walk through here and see my friends at 671 Kettle Corn. You know, these guys are very responsible for me crashing my diet in the middle of the night. You know, I try and have a bag of the caramel. How's it? Good to see you. Right. Try and have a bag of that caramel corn in the pantry, just ready to go. A lot of vendors here, and you know, I kind of want to take you guys up and we can see a little bit of the opening ceremonies. It really is really transformed from, well, obviously when I would go to Charter Day, it was probably a million years ago, before food trucks were invented. So it's a real carnival atmosphere. They should take some notes here for the Liberation Carnival. These guys got it going on. Viva!
From the University of Guam Endowment Foundation, I'd like to welcome Interim Executive Director, Kat Perez.
And so right now what's happening is they're recognizing all the dignitaries. And I think you guys like to see that kind of stuff, so we're going to take a shot of some of the dignitaries over here.
I'd also like to introduce the Honorable Lulian Guerrero y Magahagan Guaha. And the Honorable Joshua F. Tenorio, Lieutenant Governor. From the 35th Guam Legislature, the Honorable Talena C. Nelson, Vice Speaker and Majority Whip.
This could take a while, you know, when they introduce these dignitaries. I've hosted so many events. They really try and introduce everybody, because if you don't introduce one dignitary, you'd be surprised how butthurt a lot of these guys can get.
The Honorable Kelly Marsh Taitano, PhD, Senator. The Honorable Regine Bisco Lee, Senator. The Honorable Joe S. San Augustine, Senator. The Honorable Therese M. Terlahi, Senator. The Honorable Clint Rigel, Senator. The Honorable William M. Castro, Senator. The Honorable Luis Borja Muñoz, Senator. And the Honorable Tello Titan, Senator. And finally, I'd like to introduce Dr. Mary A. Okada, President of Guam Community College. At this time, I'd like to ask the audience to please rise for the presentation of colors.
Of course, the presentation going to be done by the in-house ROTC program. They're going to be doing a bunch of demonstrations here throughout the day. You know, they bring the smoke bombs, they bring the dogs. It's really a big show for the kids, and I don't know if you guys can see, but they're, like I said, got to be at least 20 to 30 field trips. Yeah, and so the ROTC class is going to be doing a mock attack at 10 o'clock, and they'll repeat that every hour. You know, if you're headed out here today, bring your sunblock. It's a hot one.
The national anthem in Guam Hill will be sung by Diane Lubas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Fanoki chamoru put itanota kantai matunanya itoru ilugan. Para honra, para gloria, Habiba es la separa. Para honra, para gloria, Habiba es la separa. Todo y tiempo y paz para ita dan ginanilangit na bendición. Contra peligro na avanza fuam, tus proteges ng bom. Contra peligro na avanza fuam, tus proteges ng bom.
So that concludes the presentation of the colors. Remember, ROTC going to have a mock attack at 10 a.m. Come on down, man. The Charter Day activities are going on all day. Biba Charter Day! Biba! My name's Chris. This has been Group Chat. That's that.